A call for peace. Trump and Putin initiate negotiations. The world watched with bated breath as an unexpected phone call signaled a potential turning point in the Russia-Ukraine war. Former U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin engaged in a lengthy discussion, their first known conversation since Trump reassumed office. The focus? Finding a path to peace in war-torn Ukraine. This move, while surprising, offers a glimmer of hope for a conflict that has raged for almost 3 years. The images of devastation and the immense human cost of this war weigh heavily on the global conscience. Both leaders agreed on the urgency of the situation, recognizing the need to end the bloodshed and pursue a diplomatic solution. The agreement to commence peace negotiations is a significant development. It marks a potential shift from the battlefield to the negotiating table, offering a chance for dialogue and diplomacy to prevail. While the road to peace is fraught with challenges, this initial step signifies a commitment, at least in principle, to finding a resolution. The negotiators' U.S. team and their challenging task. The composition of the U.S. negotiation team reflects the high stakes of these talks. Leading the team are seasoned diplomats and political strategists, each bringing their expertise to this complex issue. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, known for his strong stance against Russia, will play a pivotal role. Joining him are CIA Director John Ratcliffe, National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, and Ambassador Stephen Witkoff. This team faces the daunting task of bridging the divides between the warring parties while safeguarding U.S. interests. Their ability to navigate the intricate web of geopolitical considerations will be crucial for the success of these negotiations. The team's immediate challenge is to establish a framework for dialogue. This involves defining the terms of engagement, setting realistic goals, and ensuring the participation of all key stakeholders. Their success hinges on their ability to build trust, encourage compromise, and find common ground amidst deeply entrenched positions. Navigating demands, U.S. policy shift, and Ukraine's uncertain future. The negotiation process is further complicated by the divergent demands of the parties involved. Russia, having made significant territorial gains, seeks to solidify its control over these regions. Their demands include recognizing these annexed territories as part of Russia and ensuring Ukraine remains neutral, effectively preventing it from joining NATO. The U.S., while advocating for peace, faces pressure to protect its interests and maintain its global standing. There are indications of a potential shift in U.S. policy, with a greater emphasis on securing its own borders and addressing the rising influence of China. This shift could impact the level of support the U.S. is willing to offer Ukraine in these negotiations. Ukraine, caught in the midst of this geopolitical tug-of-war, finds itself in a precarious position. While President Zelensky has expressed his desire for peace, he remains resolute in defending Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. His ability to secure a peace deal that safeguards Ukraine's interests while addressing Russia's concerns will be a testament to his leadership. Global stage allies' concerns and the uncertain road ahead. The international community watches these developments with a mix of hope and apprehension. European allies, particularly those bordering Ukraine, are wary of Russia's ambitions and the potential for the conflict to escalate. Their concerns stem from the lack of direct involvement in the initial stages of the negotiation process and the potential for a deal that prioritizes U.S. interests over broader European security concerns. The recent prisoner swap, while a positive sign of diplomatic engagement, does little to alleviate these anxieties. The release of American teacher Mark Fogel in exchange for Russian cybercriminal Alexander Vinnik demonstrates a willingness to engage in dialogue, but doesn't guarantee a breakthrough in the more complex issues at the heart of the conflict. The road to peace in Ukraine is long and arduous. The Trump-Putin phone call and the decision to initiate negotiations mark a significant step, but numerous hurdles remain. The success of these talks depends on the willingness of all parties to engage in good faith, compromise on their demands, and prioritize a peaceful resolution over continued conflict. The world waits with bated breath, hoping that diplomacy will prevail and peace will return to the war-torn region.